Hello everyone, it is princess_mini4 and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be doing a tips for beginning Christians video and a spiritual update. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit that notification bell and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a post. So a disclaimer, that crackling noise is my gaming computer. It's always made that noise. I don't really know why. Maybe all gaming computers make that noise. I don't know. I just have this one. It just makes that crackling noise. I am sorry in advance, but I have my thing up here because I was doing schoolwork down here. Yeah. So that is just a little disclaimer. If the noise is annoying, I do apologize. I just try to talk louder than it. But yeah, I really don't know why it makes that noise, but I mean, it works perfectly fine. It just makes that noise. So I guess you gotta look at it like that. If it's working, then ain't no reason to replace it, which I wouldn't replace it anyway, because it works perfectly fine. So yeah, sorry about that in advance. Okay, so tips for beginning Christians. I don't know, God was just calling me to make this video, and I'm always a big thing of trying to help other people. So here I am. Hopefully this video reaches the target audience. And you know, if you're not a Christian and you don't want to be a Christian, and you know, then you don't really have to watch this video. You know, it's just a video for beginning Christians. So yeah, so my first tip for a beginning Christian would be to buy a Bible. So I'm going to show you guys my Bible. So I currently, which I have a few, I have my mom's Bible, which was given to her back in like 1980 something. It's literally in a plastic bag, and I don't touch it at all because it's so old, so it will break apart in any second, and it's just kind of like a memorabilia type of thing. I also have my dad's Bible, which I don't know when he got his. It's probably written on there somewhere. It's older one too as well, and it smells just like him, so I just kind of keep it there. It's just, those are just for like memory. I also have a Bible from my great grandmother, but hers is a Women of Color Bible. There's so many kinds of Bibles, but the Bible that I would recommend for a beginning Christian would be a English Standard Version or the NIV, which is New International Version. Now I just went to church the other day, and he was like, he doesn't recommend those because they take out certain verses, which yeah, they probably do. I mean, they probably do that in every Bible. If you think about it, 2000 and something years ago is when Jesus was around, so nothing is obviously going to be the exact same. And then like the translations and all this stuff, so you know, but I think for beginning Christians, I would recommend getting the English Standard Version or the New International Version because it's in regular English. This right here is my Bible that I got from Walmart. I wrote down on here August 7th 2022, so that's when I got this, and I got it from Walmart, like I said, and I only got it because it was pink, but you know, I love it. It's just the Holy Bible, and this is the King James Version. So this is like, I think, the oldest version of the Bible. And the reason why I wouldn't recommend this to a new Christian, because it's hard to read, you know. So I'm just going to read y'all. This is Exodus 21 verse, Exodus, oh, this is the 10 Commandments. That's so funny. But here it says, I am the Lord thy God. And it says, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. You know, it's the though, the thou, the shall. You know, it's hard to read when you're not really used to reading the Bible. So that's why, I mean, if you want to go and pick a Bible like this, of course, you're going to be able to read and understand it for the most part. But it is hard to read sometimes, even when I'm reading it now. And I've been reading the Bible for a long time. I was kind of grown into it, you know, like my mom's mom was really into it, but my mom really wasn't. So I kind of was like in both worlds. Like sometimes my mom, we called my grandma mum, so sometimes she'll be like, can I take her to church and whatever. So it's like, and then my mom would be like, well, I'm not going. So sometimes I'm like, I ain't going either, you know. So it was kind of like I was raised in it, but I wasn't. But yeah, I've been reading the Bible for a long time. It is still hard to read, you know. It's the those, shalt, and ye, and it says, and God spake all these words, saying. So it's like, you know, sometimes it is hard to read, but obviously it's really up to you yourself. If you want to get this Bible, you can. But yeah, that would be my first tip, is to buy a Bible. Another tip that I have is to download the YouVersion Bible app. So there are plenty of Bible apps, but I recommend the YouVersion Bible app just because that's the one that I use. There is an Audible Bible, and that's how I actually read the Bible for the entire year. I pretty much just sit in the bathroom, brush my teeth and stuff, and I would just have it playing. And I had this Bible playing. That's another reason why I recommend it. You have these Bible plans that you can pick and choose which one you want to do, when you want to start it. You can pause it, or you can be behind and just catch up. It's kind of like, like an online college class. You do it at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, college class, there's like things that are due, but you can do it at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like the YouVersion Bible app. There's probably the same kind of Bible apps, probably even better Bible apps, but this is just the one that I recommend. And I said you can have the audio Bible, which you could read it, or a person will read it to you, and you can pick a variety of languages, a variety of versions, the King James, the English Standard Version. You can just pick anything, and you can highlight them, you can note them, you can connect with friends and do plans with friends. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do and build a community in that way, and I just think it's kind of cool. It also it gives you like the Bible verse of the day, and it has like a variety of people, which they're not really regular people, which that kind of bothers me a little bit. They're always like either pastors or like they work for the YouVersion Bible app. I just kind of wish they would just use regular people, because I feel like people like me, we all have our takes on the Bible verses as well, but that's just my opinion. I wish they would use regular people, that can just talk about the verse of the day. But they do have the verse of the day, and you can also make a verse, a Bible verse, into like a cute thing to post. I just think it's very good, and I think it's also, very good for beginners, because it's nothing too crazy if you're not ready to step into church, but you're getting, kind of the church service on your phone. And I should also mention that Bible app is free. I do have other Bible apps on my phone. I have Glorify and Abide, which is the one that gets on my nerves. I think Abide is the one that gets on my nerves. And not, like I said, just because they're always begging for money, and they'll have this big old ad pop up, and you literally cannot click out of it. So you won't be able to listen to your Bible thing, like your Bible plan, until you click out of it. And the way to click out of it is to click on it like you're going to spend money, and then have to go out of it that way. So that's a kind of annoying. But the YouVersion Bible app does not beg for money. Every now and then they'll say, do you want to donate for this? But it's like once a month, or even once a week is better than Abide. Abide is almost every single day. That is just my opinion on that. I feel like if it's a free app, why do you have to beg me to spend money? If I said no, then take that no as a no. Like I said, have in place where I can click on if I want to donate money. But it's like, if I don't want to, please don't force me to. That is just my opinion. But the YouVersion Bible app is free. If you want to donate money, you can. But for the most part, they're not going to bug you about like other apps will. It's annoying. Another thing I want to talk about is to buy a daily devotional book. So I have a lot of these, and this is kind of the things that kind of helps when you have like a Bible study time. Oops, I cannot pick them all up. I like to do my Bible study time when I'm done my morning routine in the bathroom. So I kind of walk out into the living room, which is typically when I, put Vaseline on my face, lotion off, whatever I'm doing. I like to spend this time because usually I'm alone. It's just me, it's either my grandmom's getting ready or she's still in the bed or whatever. So it's just my time to be alone, and just my time to just read and just kind of, So you can get these off of Amazon. I don't really know prices like that. This one doesn't have a price, but there are a ton of these, like too many to even count. So this one right here is 1 Minute with God. This is the one for women. There's one for men. There's one for kids. I've seen a whole ton of these. Just go on Amazon and look up daily devotional books. Child, about 30 or 40 pages of them, 30 or 40 pages of them. This one right here, and they're for different things as well. This right here is Bible Promises for Graduates. Like this, there's a million of them, and a lot of the times, see, this one is not. This is actually like a prayer kind of book, because it has like grace, and I seen I think my blood sugar's low. Encouragement, so I'm like shaking and stuff. Let me take my blood sugar in 5 seconds. Comfort. So these are just like more like a prayer one, but it's still kind of a daily devotional. This one right here is the one that I gave my dad. This, I will never get rid of this book as long as God puts breath in my body. I gave this book to my dad, and I don't know what it is, but it's like I gave this book to him for like Christmas or something, and like a little months later I seen him reading it, and it just gave me such like a feeling in my heart. I'm about to cry, y'all. I am so emotional lately. I don't know what it is, but I'm never getting rid of this book. But this one right here is 5 Minutes with Jesus. They're typically 1 minute, but this one says 5 minutes with Jesus. It says quiet time for your soul. This one right here is actually $10. So usually not too pricey, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you can pick and choose whatever you want. See, this one just has, like, it says, does God love me? You know, you just kind of read it. And some of them have places where you can write down stuff. So I wrote down, it gives you a Bible verse and a reading to go along with it. And it usually is very short to read. So this is the one I have for this year, and I like the dated one so I can read them every day. So this one right here is 365 days of prayer for women. This is actually the one my uncle gave me. So this one right here says like March 26th, March 27th. So you pretty much just read it every single day. It has the Bible verse up top, and then it has like a reading of it, and then have like a little prayer sometimes. So it's kind of cool, especially when you don't really know how to pray. And I also have this, which I asked for Christmas. This is the Bible in 52 weeks. This is like a year-long Bible study. There's tons of things you can buy if you don't really know what to do. Just make sure you look at Amazon. Trust me. Think about it. I got that Bible from Walmart. Who would have thought? I was like, Walmart got Bibles? I was crazy, and that's why I bought it. Okay, you guys, so update. My blood sugar was not that low. It's like 72. I'm also just now taking some more medication to try to figure out what's up with my ears and my throat and stuff. So I don't know why I'm feeling shaky and I'm sweaty and stuff. I don't know. But on my next tip would be to go to church, go to a church service, Sunday school, and or Bible study. So that's completely up to you, you know. And the good thing about these days, since COVID, you know, there are online ones. You know, you can do an online one that is near you. You could do an online one in Texas or in a different country. That is the blessing with YouTube, where this video is being uploaded. You can find an online church service, Sunday school, or Bible study anywhere, from any country, any church, any denomination. You can pick and choose whatever denomination you want to use. First Baptist, Second Baptist, you know, Catholic, Jehovah's Witness. You can pick whatever and choose pick whatever and choose whatever you would like to do. And that's the good thing about, like I said, you can do an online one. You don't have to commit to going to church. I do like actually going to church, but it's really just up to you and your preference. So I wrote, it allows you to get saved if that's what you want. You get communication with other Christians. You can get baptized and join the church if you feel so inclined to do. You can hear the word of God through a pastor. You can get the Holy Spirit and divine filling from your Lord. So those are my tips for beginning Christians. You know, there's something short, you know, I just think it's just what you should do if you feel like that's the path you want to take. You can always change your mind if you feel like that's not really what you want. No pressure, there's no force. It's just really up to you and how you feel inside. So that's just my tips for beginning Christians. Okay guys, so now I'm going to do my sorry for my shirt, my spiritual update. So I was raised in a semi-religious household. My mother wasn't really religious and didn't attend church much often. And when I was younger, she told me the reason was because when she was growing up, like I said, my mom's mom, which is my mom, was very religious, very into the church and stuff like that. So when they were younger, so my mother had 13 other siblings. So my mom, my grandmother, had 14 kids in total. So they were, I guess you could say, forced. They were forced to go to church pretty much 7 days a week. They were in church almost every single day. So when my mom got older and lived on her own, she was like, no, I'm not going. Like I said, she was kind of into it a lot growing up. So it kind of makes sense if you really think of it in that way. So it's like, man, I went every day as a child. Now that I ain't gonna go every day. So I just always remember when my mom would come over to take me to church, my mom always had some excuse as to why she couldn't go. And she would get so mad. She's like, come on, Katie, because they called me Katie. That was like my nickname. So they said, come on, Katie, just leave her. You know, I remember that. It was kind of funny. But yeah. And my dad went to church a little bit, but not that often, because the church he went to was really far away, like 30 to 45 minutes. And it's like, when you're a working person, you work 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts, you're not really, your weekends are your time. So I'm saying, like, when he would get up, he was like, I'm not about to make that drive. And I don't blame him. Now that I drive back and forth to school, child, if I didn't have to drive up there, I was not driving there. I'm not driving there for no reason. So I totally understand where he was coming from. But yeah, but he often spoke about God, and he made sure I knew about him. Even though he didn't go to church, he talked about him, prayed to him, praised him, and everything all the time. So that was that. yeah, so I went through a point in my life where I considered myself an atheist in high school. So I would say maybe like 9th and 10th grade. I don't really know why I was like that. Because at one point I was like kind of into, I never was like fully into it, you know. Growing up, I was like, I would hear it, I would go to church, but I never really was into it. I never felt anything. I never felt like I needed to. I never felt like I wanted to be into it. So when I got to the point in high school, I think I was going through a lot in high school. Like, y'all didn't really know me in high school. Thank God for y'all. But I went through a lot in high school, and a lot of it was like peer pressure, and a lot of it was depression and anxiety and just a lot going on. And you know, like, I don't know what it was. And the person, ironically, who got me back into it was my girlfriend. Like, I had made a video on here how I had a girlfriend in high school. And I know it's the thing with the Christians, and like certain Christians are like, no man should lay with no man and no woman with no woman. Me, myself, and I love who you love. Love who your heart is calling you to love. I am not no judgmental person. Do I judge people sometimes? Of course I do. I go back and I judge myself. I'm like, why would you do that? You know? But I would never voice my stuff because it's not my business. It's not my life. That's between you and yours. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Believe it or not, she was the one who was really religious and stuff like that, and she got me back into it. Remember I told you how she forced me to join the Bible club? Now, at that point in my life, never in a million years would I go to a Bible club. I was, like I said, I consider myself to be an atheist. I was like, if there is a God, then I wouldn't be going through this. If there was a God, my mom wouldn't be dead. If there was a God, like, that's how my mindset was. And I've come a long way, but I was definitely like that in high school. And you know, it is what it is. I mean, I look back at it and I'm like, wow, I was really an atheist at one point, but I'm not like that now. And it's like I said, there ain't no judgment if that's who you are. That's who you are. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's, like I said, I'm gonna be me and you can be you. There's no judgment, nothing. At least on my channel, there is no judgment for anything. Like I said, I know some people be like, oh, Christians are so judgmental. I could say that about a few other religions and a few other races and a few other things. They're just gonna be judgmental people everywhere, regardless of race, regardless of religion, ethnicity, anything. There's going to be judgmental people. So I just hate that Christians have that rep. I mean, I know there's probably a few Christians that are like that. There's a few Muslims and there's a few Jews. There's a few everything, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be judgmental people no matter where you turn. So don't think it's a religion thing, because it's not. But yeah. So by the end of high school, I had downloaded the YouVersion Bible app. And I started listening to the daily verse of the day and doing some Bible plans. I was baptized in the church that my dad went to, a non-denominational church, in 2016 or 2017. I don't remember. I took it off of my wall because there's just too much stuff in my room that said my full name, that it's like I don't want, you know, all that stuff being out on the internet or anything like that, which it always is. It's life. But it's like, you know, I want to be able to film in my room without feeling like, oh, I just leaked my address, you know. So that's why I took that down. But yeah, it was 2016 or 2017. The funny thing is, I had went to that church maybe 3 times before. Then obviously on the day I got baptized, before I got baptized, because after the end of the church, they always want you to go up there and then you have to go back into the room and sign things to get baptized, blah, blah, blah. So I went to that church maybe a total of 5 times. So I went to the church 4 times before I got baptized. And then I went the day I got baptized. When I tell you, I haven't been back to that church since I got baptized. And yeah, but I never went back to that church for various reasons. So this is back in 2016, 2017 me. I wanted to get baptized, but I disliked going to church because it was long and boring, and I disliked how that church was programmed. Now I like going to church, you know what I'm saying? That was a different church, a different denomination, everything, you know what I'm saying? But the church that my dad went to, and if he was here sitting right next to me, he would be able to tell you how he really felt about that church. He liked the church and everything, but I didn't really like it. He didn't really like how the church was programmed. They focused more on their live stream and their views that they got on YouTube. They were like, they would force you to sit certain places because they wanted the church to look more full. And where does it say that in the Bible? It don't say that in the Bible. It don't say you need to live stream your service and it needs to look like there's more people there. It says come as you are. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the church was. And then like the pastor was like treated on like a pedestal and everybody else was like peasants. That's not how your church should be. Everybody should be treated with respect and everything like that. So that was, and a few more reasons as to why I really didn't like that church. And at that point I didn't like going to church. I'm not like that anymore. But that was why I never went back to that church. So I started watching online live streams of church, I would say in 2022. And I started to stick with that every single Sunday. So that's how I kind of started getting back into church. And this is a completely different church and denomination. This is a Second Baptist church. I love it. I just love feeling like I fit in. I love feeling like I matter there. I love it. They call me sister. I matter. I'm not like a peasant. You know what I'm saying? Like I matter just as much as the deacons. Maybe not as much as the pastor, but I matter. You know, and I feel like I matter. And that's you know how good it feels to be included? It feels amazing. Especially since I had several times in my life where I did not feel included. And I mean, it does help that it's a mostly black church. I mean, like I said, we all can relate to everything because we're all black, you know. And they're not saying that I would not go to a church that's not full of white people. No, I am not racist or any means, and I don't not go to places because of, but it's just, it's, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to feel like people understand the same things you go through. That's just what I'm gonna say about that. So I started attending church, and I actually filmed a weekend on my life when I did that. I started attending church on September 3rd in 2023. So this is the same church I had watched the online services on. I have gone 11 times in total. Y'all know that I've been going every other week because I like to ease my way into things. And it's like, especially when I'm such a routine and structured person, I don't want to just start going every week, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get like overwhelmed or anything. I get overwhelmed with stuff. So it's like I like to ease my way into things, you know. That's just how I do it. I remember when I started working, starting from resting all this time or just going to school and coming back home and having to go to work 6 days a week, that is hard to get used to, especially that fast. So I was like overwhelmed. I think I did a few ranting videos when I worked at the grocery store. How it's just I was so burnt out and I was just so exhausted. So it's like I like to ease my way into things. So I've been going every other week, not consecutively, obviously. Sometimes my period comes on, sometimes it snows, and it's just, you know. But if I don't go in person, I'm definitely watching online. I absolutely love going to church and being surrounded by Christian people. So yeah, I've been on the schedule of going every other Sunday to get myself used to going to church and to not overwhelm myself. That's what I said. Yeah, I really don't feel that good. But anyway, I don't know what it is. I'm supposed to clean up my bedroom. I really am not feeling that good. That pill. Anyway, let me back up a little bit. I'm hot. So, what was I at? I plan on going to church every Sunday come June of this year, which is 2024. I have it all planned out and everything. And if y'all saw my New Year's resolutions video, it's on there to attend church every Sunday. So I plan on officially joining the church in 2025. I don't really know when, where, how. Well, obviously I know where, but I don't really know how that's going to happen. But that is my plan. That is my chair, by the way. I am not, look, this video is all over the place and I apologize. But yeah, I plan on officially joining the church in 2025. At the end of each church service, what do they call it? I just seen it the other day. Hold on, let me see. Yo, that's my chair. It's my chair. I'm trying to see the benediction. So the benediction is the end of the service where they like pray for you and they have you come up if you want to get saved, or you just need to be prayed over, or you just want to talk to the deacons or whatever. They have you come over, or the pastor will come down and pray for you, or they'll say, if you felt like you've been out of it, out of like the touch of God, and you want to get back into it, or you want to join the church, or you want to get baptized or saved. That's pretty much the end of the service. So my plan on is either, like I said, either in 2025, or if it comes earlier, when God just sends me that feeling that he's like, okay, Kalila, well, princess, this is your time to go ahead and get saved and get baptized. Then that's when I will do it. I don't really, like, I have a plan in 2025, but if it happens next week, it happens next week. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to wait on that moment that I feel like it's the right time. So I don't really know when that's really going to happen, but it is my plan. I do want to eventually join the church, and I also wrote on here, I want to get saved and baptized as well. Like, I know it's like you already been baptized, yeah, but I want to get baptized, and I want to get baptized again. So I feel like I got baptized before not for the wrong reason, but just not for the right reason. It's like I did it just because, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really want to do it, and I really didn't want to be a part of the church community. I don't really know why I did it before. Like I don't know if it was a feeling I got, or it's just because I've seen other people doing it. I don't really know, but I definitely want to get saved, formally saved, go up there and, you know, say what I got to say to get saved. And, you know, as they say, if you confess with your mouth, you know, stuff like that. I want to do that. And then I want to fully get baptized in this church. You know, I obviously have to read over the forms and stuff they give you and stuff like that, because certain churches is like they want you to do all this stuff in order to be saved, or like working in the church. So we'll just have to see how that is. And I kind of just have to read it and stuff like that, because as of right now, I don't really know what my life is like, what my life is going to be like next year. I don't know if I'm gonna be taking a gap year and just, you know, doing internships or doing like substitute teaching, or will I be working a full-time job? I don't really know as of yet. It's currently, today's March 1st, so it's like I don't really know what my future is going to look like, and I don't really know if I'll have money to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of this stuff is like the 10% of your income, so I don't know if I'll have an income. So it's like, you know, once I fully read, because I have it in one of my things in there, once I fully read and understand what, like I said, what they want from you when you join the church, then that also will influence my decision as well. But yeah, so this is my tips for beginning Christians and my spiritual updates. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn notification bell knowing I post, and share this video with your friends. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for my next video. Bye guys, love you.